the Rad production. Today we're going to talk about an actor. You might know him as Captain Spaulding, aka Cutter, from Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. The actor's name is Sid Haig. I have 2 autographs from Sid. One I got in Adobe Cares. Adobe did this thing where you donate money to a cause. Mine was, the one I donated to and won this one on was single parents. So the money went to go help single parents, I'm assuming with like school stuff. And anyway, so I'm going to share those 2 autographs with you. And then the one I want to talk about is actually Sid Haig's first movie. He's been in Hollywood for about 50 years, so it'll be a cool one to talk about. But first, let me show you my winning from Zobi. It is an 11x14 Captain Spaulding. Sorry for the glare, but you can see the auto there. And it has a Captain Spaulding character name. Anyway, it has Beckett COA. Just so you know, too, when you go on the Zobi, they do their own, they have a framing business that when you get autos, you can actually have them framed through Zobi. They did a fantastic job. This is gorgeous. I've had people try to buy this off me probably 50 times now, and it's just not going anywhere. I usually don't collect multiples of actors. The only one I really have is PJ Souls and this guy here. But really cool piece. Check out Zobi's framing. It's really inexpensive, especially if you're a supporter. I believe it's like $56. So anyway, you can't go wrong. It looks beautiful, and they actually do like little tags on the bottom too if you want. This was my win. I love it. It's amazing. But what we're going to talk about today is a movie called Spider Baby. Came out in 1967. Old black and white film. It was written and directed by a gentleman by the name of Jack Hill. Spider Baby is basically, it's about a family where the parents had passed away. Bruno, who's actually played by Lon Chaney Jr., everyone knows who he is. He's like their chauffeur slash, butler kind of dude. And he made a promise that he'd always take care of them. And so he's watching after these kids. Well, they have something called the Mary syndrome. And it's kind of a degenerative brain thing. So as they reach like teenage years or whatever, they start to regress back to like infantile state. So they are grown humans, but they kind of act like baby children. They don't know really right from wrong. And it also has Jill Banner and Beverly Washburn in it. I believe it's Beverly Washburn's character who she has an obsession with spiders, and so they play a game called Spider Baby. And so basically they're like overgrown children with like a, kind of like a playful innocence mixed with like a real brutal kind of murder mentality. You don't know which one you're going to get, one or the other, like the crazy. It's kind of like a dark horror comedy by today's standards. Really good film. But I met Sid back in 2011 at Crypticon in Seattle, and he was sitting at his table, and across the table is all, Captain Spaulding, Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses, pictures to sign. And when I went up there, I was like, it was early in the day. I worked at a tattoo shop that had a booth there, and so I was there to set up. And so I was like one of the first people to talk to him. And when I went up, I was like, hey, Sid, we kind of, chatted for a bit. Super nice dude. If you ever get the chance, it's absolutely worth it. Chatted him up for a bit, and I was like, hey, I'd really like to get an autograph, but all I see are these Captain Spauldings. I'd really like to get something from Spider Baby. And he's like, a youngster like you, how do you even know about that movie? But sure enough, he had one in his briefcase. Obviously, Sid Haig here. Lon Chaney Jr. It says to Vlad, best wishes. This was 2011, so Sid's signature was a little nicer than what you get these days. But really cool. It's a black and white still from the movie Spider Baby. you know, he's got, I believe it's in October, the third installment to the Firefly family trilogy. It's called Three from Hell. Rob Zombie, of course, wrote and directed it. That should be coming out in October. But enjoy Sid and all of his stuff because he's a really good actor. I think one of the more underrated ones in the genre. And obviously one, like I said, who's been in Hollywood for 50 years. So he's got, you know, staying power. But definitely if you ever get a chance to meet the guy, because he's seriously one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. With that said, you know, that's what I got for you this time. I'd like to hear any stories or any feedback if you've met Sid Haig and, you know, kind of what you thought of him. Or share some pictures of like your autographs you might have of Sid, whether it's Devil's Rejects or, you know, anything else he's done. I think he was in Jackie Brown. He played like like a judge, I believe, in that one. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. Sorry about my voice. I've been screaming at work a lot lately. So you guys have a good one and we'll see you soon.